Captain Lee Haeonwoo opened his eyes to bright white lights. His head hurt badly. The smell of medicine and clean metal filled his nose. He was lying on a hard bed in what looked like a medical room. A woman in a white coat stood next to him. She had kind eyes and a gentle smile. Her hair was pulled back in a neat way. She looked familiar, but Haeonwoo could not remember where he had seen her before. "Haeonwoo, you were awake. Thank goodness." Her voice was soft and caring. "I was so worried about you, Sojin." The name came out of his mouth before he could think. "Kim Sojin. Is that really you?" She smiled wider. "Yes, it is me. Your old friend from school. I am a doctor now. Dr. Kim Sojin. I have been taking care of you since the attack." Haeonwoo tried to sit up. His body felt heavy and weak. Every muscle ached. "What attack? Where am I?" "You were on Research Station Kepler 44-B. Do you remember coming here?" "You were investigating?" "The mining operations." Haeonwoo closed his eyes and tried to remember. Images flashed in his mind. A spaceship. Dark corridors. The sound of weapons firing. People screaming. But everything was fuzzy, like looking through dirty glass. "There were aliens," he said slowly. "Big ones. They had weapons that made blue light. They were killing everyone." Sojin nodded sadly. "The Velthak Empire. They attacked 3 days ago. Most of the station crew is dead. You fought bravely, but you were badly hurt. 3 days?" Haeonwoo felt confused. "But I feel like I just closed my eyes. You were unconscious. Your body needed time to heal. But you are safe now. The aliens are gone." A man entered the room. He was tall and thin with grease on his hands. His work clothes were dirty and torn. He looked nervous and kept glancing at the door. "This is Park Taeho," Sojin said. "He is the chief engineer. He survived the attack too." Taeho gave a small wave. "Good to see you awake, Captain. We thought we lost you." But something felt wrong to Haeonwoo. Taeho's voice sounded strange, like he was reading from a script, and his eyes did not meet Haeonwoo's when he spoke. "How many survivors are there?" Haeonwoo asked. "Just us 3, Sojin said. "Everyone else is dead. The aliens were very thorough." Haeonwoo looked around the medical room. Everything was clean and organized. Too clean for a place that had been attacked 3 days ago. There was no damage to the walls, no blood stains, no signs of fighting. "Can I see the security footage?" he asked. Sojin and Taeho looked at each other quickly. It was a fast glance, but Haeonwoo caught it. "The security system was destroyed in the attack," Taeho said. "Nothing was saved. All of it. The aliens were smart. They knew to destroy the cameras first." But Haeonwoo had worked on many space stations. He knew that security systems had backup storage. Multiple systems. It was very hard to destroy everything. "I need to check the station logs," he said. "You need rest," Sojin said firmly. "Your body is still healing. The logs can wait." She gave him a small cup with blue liquid. "This will help with the pain. Drink it all." Haeonwoo looked at the cup. The liquid smelled sweet, but something in his mind told him not to drink it. He pretended to sip it while watching Sojin and Taeho. "I feel better already," he lied, "but I am hungry. Can I get some food?" "Of course," Sojin said. "Taeho, please get him something from the kitchen." After Taeho left, Sojin checked Haeonwoo's pulse and blood pressure. Her hands were gentle, but he noticed something strange. She had a small scar on her wrist. It looked fresh. "Sojin, how did you get that scar?" She pulled her hand away quickly. "Just a small accident during the attack. Nothing serious," but Haeonwoo remembered Sojin from their school days. She was always very careful, never got hurt. She was afraid of getting scars because she wanted to be a doctor. That night, after Sojin and Taeho had gone to sleep, Haeonwoo got out of bed. His legs were shaky, but he could walk. He moved quietly through the station corridors. The station was not damaged. The walls were perfect. The lights worked normally. There were no signs of any battle. No bullet holes. No blast marks. Nothing. In the computer room, Hyan-Woo found a working terminal. He was good with computers. He had learned during his military training. He managed to access some hidden files. What he found made his blood cold. The security footage was not destroyed. It was all there, but it showed something terrible. In the video, he could see himself entering the station, but not 3 days ago. The timestamp showed it was 7 days ago. In the footage, he was talking to Sojin and Taeho, but they looked different, scared, like they were planning something bad. Then he saw something that made him sick. In the video, Sojin was holding a weapon, a small device that looked like a medical tool. She was pointing it at him. Hyun-Woo watched as the video version of himself fell to the ground. His body jerked and went still. He had been killed by his own friends. But if he was dead in the video, how was he alive now? He found more files, medical records, treatment logs, and something called Revival Protocol 7. The files showed that this was not his first death. He had been killed and brought back to life 7 times. Each time, Sojin and Taeho had done something to his memory, made him forget what really happened. His hands were shaking as he read the details. There were no aliens, no Velthok Empire, no attack, just his 2 friends killing him over and over again. Should not be here. Hyan-Woo turned around. Was standing in the doorway. She was not wearing her doctor coat. Instead, she had on a black uniform. In her hand was the same device from the video. Why? He asked. Why are you doing this to me? Because we have to, she said sadly. I wish there was another way. But there is not. Taeho appeared behind her. He also had a weapon. You are special, Hyan-Woo. Your mind can survive the process. Most people cannot. What process? Death and rebirth. Each time you die, we bring you back. But we have to remove the memories of dying. Too much trauma would destroy your mind. Hyan-Woo felt angry and scared. You have been killing me. Over and over. For what? For practice. Sojin said, you need to learn, to become stronger. Be ready for what is coming. What is coming? The real enemy. The ones who will try to break you. We are preparing you to survive them. Hyan-Woo did not understand. You are my friends. I trusted you. We are your friends, Taeho said. That is why this is so hard. But the real Sojin and Taeho are dead. We are just using their faces. What? The aliens did come. They killed your real friends. But they also took their bodies. We are wearing their faces to make you comfortable. Hyan-Woo felt his world breaking apart. That is not possible. It is true. And soon, you will be strong enough to fight back. But first, you need to forget again. Sojin raised the device. I am sorry, Hyan-Woo, but this is necessary. When you wake up, we will be on a different planet, with a different story, and you will learn something new. No, Hyan-Woo said. I will remember. I will remember all of it. You will try. But the memory wipe is very thorough. You will forget, just like the other 7 times. The device hummed with energy. Hyan-Woo felt pain shoot through his head. But as the darkness came, he tried to hold on to something, anything, a small piece of memory that he could hide. He thought about his real friends, the real Sojin and Taeho, how they had laughed together, how they had promised to always protect each other. That promise felt important. Even as he died for the 8th time, he tried to remember it. Death was cold and empty. But somewhere in the darkness, a small flame of memory remained, hidden deep where the aliens could not find it, and that flame whispered a single word: revenge. Lee Hyan-Woo woke up in a medical bed again. The white ceiling looked different this time. His body felt heavy, and his head hurt. A woman in a white coat stood beside him. She had kind eyes and a gentle smile. Captain Lee, you are awake? Good. I am Dr. Choi Minho. You are on New Jeju Colony. Do you remember what happened? Hyan-Woo tried to sit up. His muscles felt weak. I remember dying. There was an attack. So Jin and Tae-ho, ... double quotes, he stopped. The memory felt strange, like something from a dream. You had a bad accident during the investigation. The crop failures on this planet are getting worse. You came here to find out why. But there was an explosion in the lab. You were badly hurt. Haiyanwu looked at his hands. There was a small scar on his right hand. He did not remember getting it. How long was I unconscious? 3 days. Your body needed time to heal. But you are strong. You will be fine soon. Dr. Choi helped him stand up. His legs felt shaky. She gave him water and food. The food tasted good, but familiar, like he had eaten it before many times. Investigation. Can wait. You need rest first, she said. But Haiyanwu felt restless. Something was wrong here. The rooms smelled like flowers. He knew that smell. But he could not remember from where. 2 days later, Haiyanwu felt better. Dr. Choi took him to the research lab. The building was big and modern. Many people worked. There they all wore white coats. The crops are dying, Dr. Choi explained. First it was just the rice, then the vegetables. Now even the trees are sick. People are scared. They think it might be some kind of poison. Double quotes. Haiyanwu nodded. But as they walked, he noticed something odd. Some workers looked at him with fear in their eyes. Others smiled too much, like they were acting. Who else is working on this problem? He asked. Just us? The colony leaders asked for your help because you are good at solving mysteries. In the lab, Haiyanwu saw many plants. They were all brown and dying. The smell was terrible. Dr. Choi showed him test results and charts. Everything looked normal. Haiyanwu felt like he had seen these same results before. Can I see the field where it started? He asked. Of course, but be careful. The area might still be dangerous. They drove to a large field outside the city. The ground was gray and dead. Nothing grew there. Haiyanwu walked around looking for clues, found strange marks in the soil. They looked like burn marks, but not from fire. These marks, he said to Dr. Choi, they look like energy weapon damage. Face changed for just a moment. That is not possible. There are no weapons here. This is a farming colony. But Haiyanwu was sure. He had seen energy weapon damage before, during the war. But when was the war? His memories felt mixed up. That night, Haiyanwu could not sleep. He walked around the guest house where he was staying. In the kitchen, he found a data pad. Someone had left it there. When he turned it on, he saw security footage from the research lab. The footage showed him entering the lab, not yesterday. The timestamp said it was 2 weeks ago. In the video, he was wearing different clothes, looked tired and scared. Haiyanwu watched more. The video showed him talking to Dr. Choi. She was giving him the same explanation about the crops, the same words, the same smile. Then he saw something that made his blood cold. In the video, he was holding a gun. Dr. Choi was backing away from him. She was talking into a small device, and the video stopped. Haiyanwu turned off the data pad. His hands were shaking. What was happening here? Why did he have a gun? And why did Dr. Choi look so afraid? The next morning, Dr. Choi acted normal. She smiled and talked about the investigation. But Haiyanwu watched her carefully. Sometimes she touched a small device on her belt, the same device from the video. Want to check the underground storage area, Haiyanwu said. That area is closed. Too dangerous. The air down there is bad. I have breathing gear. I need to check every place. Dr. Choi looked nervous. Maybe tomorrow. Today we should focus on the lab tests. But Haiyanwu was already walking toward the storage entrance. Dr. Choi followed him. She was talking fast, making excuses. But Haiyanwu did not listen. The underground area was dark and cold. Haiyanwu turned on his flashlight. The walls were metal. This was not a storage area. It looked like a military facility. He found rooms full of weapons, energy rifles, explosive devices, computers with strange writing, not human writing. Dr. Choi, he called. What is this place? But when he turned around, she was gone. The door was closed. He was trapped. Haiyanwu tried to open the door. It was locked. He looked around for another way out. In one of the rooms, he found more data. Pads, these had information about him. Medical records, psychological tests, and something called revival protocol. One file showed his picture. Next to it were numbers. Subject 7, Alpha. Death count, 8. Memory retention, 15%. Behavioral adaptation, increasing. Death count, 8 deaths. Hyun-woo felt sick.
How?
Could he have died 8 times? And why could he not remember? He heard footsteps above. People were coming. Hyun-woo looked for weapons. He found an energy rifle. It felt familiar in his hands, like he had used it before. The door opened. Dr. Choi came in with 3 other people. They all had weapons pointed. At him, "Put the gun down, Captain," she said. "We do not want to hurt you. You already hurt me 8 times. Hyun-woo kept his weapon ready. "What is this place? What did you do to me?" "You would not understand. The process is complex, but it is for the good of humanity." "What process?" "Death and rebirth. Each time you die, we bring you back. But we have to remove some memories. Too much trauma would drive you insane." Hyun-woo felt angry. "You have been killing me over and over. Why?" "Because you are special. Your mind can survive the process. Most people cannot. We need you to learn, to become stronger, to fight the real enemy." "What enemy?" Dr. Choi looked sad. "The ones who killed your real friends. Sojin and Taeho. They died in the first attack. The people you remember were just copies, actors playing roles." Hyun-woo felt his world breaking apart. "That is not true." "It is true. The aliens took their bodies, used them to trick you. But we saved you, we brought you back, and we will keep bringing you back until you are ready." "Ready for what?" "To fight back, to remember everything, to become the weapon humanity needs." One of the other people stepped forward. "Sir, we should begin the next phase. He is showing signs of memory breakthrough." Dr. Choi nodded. She raised her weapon. "I am sorry, Hyun-woo, but you need to forget again. Just for a little while." No felt the energy blast hit his chest. Pain shot through his body as he fell. He tried to remember everything: the underground room, the weapons, the truth about his deaths. But the darkness was coming, and with it, the forgetting. His last thought was a promise to himself. Next time he would be ready. Next time he would remember more. Death number 9 was complete. Somewhere in the darkness, Hyun-woo began to dream. In his dreams, he was standing on a cold planet made of ice. A woman named Yoon Hae-won was talking to him about mining equipment. She was smiling, but her eyes were cold, just like Dr. Choi's eyes. The pattern was starting to form. Even in death, part of him was learning, part of him was remembering, and that part was getting stronger. Hyun-woo opened his eyes to bright white lights. His head felt heavy, and his mouth was dry. A woman in a blue uniform was checking something on a screen next to his bed. "Good morning, Captain Lee. I am Dr. Lim Yoon-ji. You're on the research ship New Seoul. Do you remember what happened?" Hyun-woo tried to think. He remembered being on a planet. It was a woman doctor. She had shot him. But the memory felt far away, like looking through fog. "There was an accident," Dr. Lim said. "Your shuttle crashed during a supply run. We're badly hurt, but you are safe now." Hyun-woo sat up slowly. The room was small and clean. Through a window, he could see stars. They were in space. But something felt wrong. The stars looked familiar, like he had seen them before. "How long was I unconscious?" he asked. 2 days. Your body needed time to heal, but you are recovering well." Dr. Lim helped him stand up. She was young and pretty. Her voice was soft and kind. But when she smiled, Hyun-woo felt cold inside. "We need to run some tests," she said, "to make sure your brain is working properly after the accident." The tests were simple. Dr. Lim asked him to remember words and numbers. She showed him pictures and asked what he saw, but some of the pictures made him feel scared. He did not know why. "Your memory is a little damaged," Dr. Lim explained. "This is normal after head trauma. But we can help you remember with therapy." Over the next few days, Hyun-woo met the other crew members. There was Captain Park Ji-ho, who was friendly but talked too much. Engineer Kim Woo-jin, who fixed things and never looked at him directly, and communications officer Nam Soo-young, who was always smiling, but Hyun-woo felt like he was watching actors in a play. Everyone was too perfect, too helpful. And sometimes they would look at each other in a strange way when they thought he was not watching. During his third night on the ship, Hyun-woo could not sleep. He walked around the corridors. The ship was quiet. Most people were asleep. But he heard voices coming from the medical bay. He moved closer to listen. Dr. Lim was talking to someone. "The memory blocks are holding," she said. "But he is showing signs of breakthrough. His brain is adapting faster than we expected. How many more times can we do this?" Another voice asked. It sounded like Captain Park. "The alien technology allows for many more resets. But each time, he retains more. We need to be careful." Hyun-woo felt his heart beating fast. Alien technology. Resets. What were they talking about? What about the others? Dr. Lim asked. "The ones from the previous tests. Subject 4 Beta broke down completely. Had to be terminated. Subject 6 Gamma started remembering everything. We had to restart him from the beginning." Hyun-woo backed away from the door. His hands were shaking. He was a test subject. These people were experimenting on him. The next morning, Dr. Lim continued her therapy sessions. But now Hyun-woo was watching her carefully. She asked the same questions as before, used the same gentle voice. But he could see something cold in her eyes. "Tell me about your childhood," she said. "What do you remember?" Hyun-woo decided to test something. "I remember playing with my sister. Her name was So-jin." Dr. Lim made a note. "That is good." "What?" "Else we had a dog named Taeho." Another note. But Hyun-woo was lying. So-jin and Taeho were not family. They were something else, something important. But he could not remember what. That evening, Hyun-woo found a way to access the ship's computer system. He was good with computers. He did not remember learning how, but the knowledge was there. He found files about Project Eternal Phoenix. The files were protected, but he managed to break through. What he read made him sick. He was Subject 7 Alpha. He had died 16 times. Each time, they brought him back using alien technology. Each time, they removed his memories and put him in a new situation. The files showed other subjects too. Most had died permanently after a few resets. Their brains could not handle the process. But Hyun-woo was different. His mind could survive multiple deaths. He read about the aliens. They were called the Kethrin Collective. They could move their consciousness from body to body. They were invading human space by taking over human bodies. The worst part was the truth. About his handlers, Dr. Lim was not human. None of them were. They were Kethron agents in human bodies. They were studying how human consciousness worked. Learning how to control it, Hyun-woo felt angry and scared. But he also felt something else. A deep knowledge that came from nowhere. He knew how to hide memories, how to bury thoughts so deep that even the aliens could not find them. That night, he began the process. He took his most important memories and hid them in his subconscious. He used a code from his childhood, a game he played with his real friends. He remembered more now. So-jin and Taeho were his teammates. They had died in the first Kethrin attack. The people he remembered were fake actors, but the real So-jin and Taeho were heroes. They had fought to save humanity. The next day, Dr. Lim noticed something was wrong. "You seem different today," she said. "More alert. Are you remembering things?" "Just bits and pieces." Hyun-woo lied. "Nothing important." But Dr. Lim was not fooled. She called the others. They had a meeting in the medical bay. Hyun-woo could not hear what they said. But he knew they were planning something. That evening, Nam Soo-young came to see him. She was carrying a small device. "Captain Lee, we need to run one more test," she said. "This will help with your memory problems." Hyun-woo knew what the device was. A neural feedback unit. It would kill him and allow them to restart the process. "Understand," he said. "But can I ask you something first?" "Of course. Are you really human?" Soo-young's smile disappeared. What do you mean, I know what you are? I know what the ship really is, and I know what you did to my friends. Dod. Raise the device. It does not matter what you know. You will forget again. Maybe. But each time I die, I learn more. Each time I come back, I am stronger. Not if we reset you completely. Back to the beginning. Hien Wu stood up. You can try, but I will always remember the important things. I will remember Sojin. And Taeho, I will remember what you did to humanity. Su Young activated the device. Pain shot through Hien Wu's head. But even as he fell, he was hiding memories. Deeper and deeper, in places the aliens could not reach. I will remember, he whispered, and I will make you pay. Death number 17 was complete, but this time was different. This time Hien Wu had prepared. He had hidden not just memories, but skills, knowledge. And most importantly, he had hidden his growing hatred for the creatures that had stolen his friends' faces. In the darkness between death and rebirth, Yanwa's consciousness grew stronger. The aliens thought they were studying him. But really, he was studying them, learning their weaknesses, planning his revenge, and when he woke up next time, he would be ready to fight back. The pattern was becoming clear. Each death was not just an ending, it was a lesson. And Hien Wu was becoming a very good student. Soon it would be time for the aliens to learn something too. They would learn what happened when you made a human remember everything. Hien Wu woke up in a bed made of metal. The room was gray and cold. Machines beeped softly around him. His body felt different, stronger, like he had been sleeping for a long time. A man in a military uniform stood by the door. He was tall and had scars on his face. His eyes were tired but kind. Captain Lee, I am Colonel Kang Dae-jung. You are safe now. We've rescued you from a pirate attack near Jupiter. But Hien Wu's hidden memories were stirring. He remembered the ship, the fake doctors, the alien creatures wearing human faces. This felt like another trick. Where am I? He asked. Mars. Underground facility. We are the last free human military unit. We have been fighting the invasion for 2 years. Hien Wu sat up slowly. The room looked real, military, not like the clean medical bays from before. But he had learned not to trust anything. What invasion? Colonel Kang looked sad. The Kethrin Collective. They took Earth first, then most of the colonies. They steal human bodies and wear them like clothes. But some of us escaped. We are hiding. Here, a woman in a white coat entered the room. She was young and pretty. Her smile was warm. Captain Lee, I am Dr. Jang Hyman. I have been taking care of you while you recovered. How do you feel? Hien Wu looked at her carefully. She seemed human. But he had thought that before. Many times I'd feel fine. But I have questions, of course. But first you need to eat. Have been unconscious for 5 days. Dr. Jang brought him food. It tasted like real food, not the perfect meals from the fake ships. Hien Wu ate slowly, watching everyone around him. Tell me about the pirates, he said. Colonel Kang pulled up a chair. They attacked your transport ship. We found the wreckage floating in space. You were the only survivor, barely alive. But Hien Wu's buried memories were growing stronger. He remembered dying 17 times, remembered the aliens studying him, and he remembered learning to hide thoughts in his mind. I need to see the wreckage, he said. That is not possible. Too dangerous. The pirates might still be around. Dr. Jang checked his pulse. Your heart rate is high. Are you remembering something? Just pieces. Nothing clear. But Hien Wu was lying. He was remembering everything. The code he had created. The hidden memories. The truth about what was happening to humanity. That night, Hien Wu explored the facility. It was huge. Tunnels went deep into the rock. He saw real soldiers, real weapons, real fear in people's eyes. But he also saw something else. Some of the soldiers moved wrong. They walked too straight, smiled too much. It's just like the fake crew members from the ships. In the computer room, Hien Wu found files about himself. Real files. not the fake ones from the experiments. He showed his real military record, his real friends, his real life before the invasion. He learned that he had volunteered for something called Project Eternal Phoenix. He'd agreed to let them experiment on him. The files did not say why. Dr. Zhang found him reading. "You should not be here," she said. "These files are classified. I am reading about myself. I have a right to know. Some knowledge is dangerous. It can hurt your mind." But Haiyan Wu was already reading. He learned that the project was designed to create soldiers who could not be killed permanently. Soldiers who could come back from death and keep fighting. "I volunteered for this," he said. "I chose to die over and over." Dr. Zhang looked nervous. The process was supposed to be painless. But something went wrong. He started retaining memories. Started fighting back. "Good. I should fight back." "No, you do not understand. The process only works if you forget. If you remember too much, you go insane." Haiyan Wu stood up. "I am not insane. I am angry." "There is a difference." Dr. Zhang pressed a button on her belt. Alarms started ringing. Soldiers came running. But Haiyan Wu was ready. His hidden memories included combat skills, fighting techniques, weapon training. He moved faster than the soldiers expected. He knocked down 3 of them before they could draw their weapons. But more kept coming. "Stop him," Dr. Zhang shouted. "He is having a breakdown." But Haiyan Wu was not breaking down. He was waking up. For the first time in 17 deaths, he was fully awake. He fought his way to the main computer. While the soldiers tried to stop him, he accessed the real files. The truth about Project Eternal Phoenix, what he found, made him sick. The project was not just about creating immortal soldiers. It was about creating weapons that could fight the Kethrin. Weapons that could survive having their consciousness stolen. The aliens won by taking over human minds. But if a human could die and come back with their memories intact, they could resist the takeover. Haiyan Wu was not just a test subject, he was a prototype. The first human who could truly fight back against the invasion. But there was more. The files showed that Earth had already fallen. Most of the colonies were gone. The Kethrin had won. Humanity was almost extinct. "Now you know," Colonel Kong said behind him. "Now you understand why we had to do this." Haiyan Wu turned around. The colonel was holding a weapon. Dr. Zhang stood beside him. They both looked sad. "We are not your enemies," Dr. Zhang said. "We are trying to save what is left of humanity. By killing me over and over, by making you strong enough to fight back, each death teaches you something new. Each reset makes you harder to kill." Haiyan Wu felt anger burning in his chest. "You took away my choice. You made me forget my friends." "Friends are dead," Colonel Kung said. "Sojin and Taeho died in the first attack. We could not save them, but we can save you." "And then what? You send me out to die again?" "We send you out to win, to take back what the aliens stole." Dr. Zhang stepped forward. "The process is almost complete. You have died 18 times. Each time you retained more memories. Soon you will be ready for the final mission." "What mission?" "To infiltrate the Kethrin mothership. To destroy their consciousness transfer system. To free the humans they have trapped." Haiyan Wu looked at the weapon in Colonel Kong's hand. "If I refuse, then humanity dies. All of it. Forever." The weight of that truth hit Haiyan Wu like a physical blow. He was not just fighting for himself. He was fighting for everyone who had ever lived. "How many more times?" he asked. "As many as it takes," Dr. Zhang said. "Until you can survive anything. Until you can remember everything. Until you become what we need you to be." Colonel Kang raised his weapon. "I am sorry, Captain. But you are. Not ready yet. You still have more to learn." Haiyan Wu closed his eyes. He buried his new memories deep in his mind, hid them with the others, built walls around his growing knowledge. "I will remember," he said. "All of it. And when I am ready, I will make them pay." The energy beam hit him in the chest. Death number 18 was complete, but this time Haiyan Wu was not afraid. He understood now. Each death was not torture, it was training. And he was becoming the best student in the galaxy. The aliens had made a mistake. They'd given humanity time to create something new. something that could fight back. They had created their own destruction, and his name was Li Huiyanwu. Huiyanwu opened his eyes in a small metal room. Red lights blinked on the walls. The air smelled like oil and machines. He was on a space station. His body felt different again, stronger, like each death was building something inside him. A man, in a dirty work uniform, stood nearby. He had grease on his hands and a tired face. "Captain Li, thank God you are awake. I'm Dongmin, station chief. We found you floating in space. Your ship was destroyed by pirates." But Huiyanwu's hidden memories were stronger now. 18 deaths had taught him to read people, to see lies, and this man was lying. "What kind of station is this?" Huiyanwu asked. "Mining station we dig for rare metals in the asteroid belt. But we have been having accidents. People are dying. We need your help to investigate." Huiyanwu sat up slowly. He could feel knowledge buried deep in his mind. Combat skills. Technical knowledge. Languages he did not remember learning. Each death had added something new. "Show me the accidents," he said. Dongmin led him through narrow corridors. The station was old and dirty. Workers moved around them, but they all looked scared. Some had bandages on their arms. Others walked with limps. "The accident started 3 weeks ago," Dongmin explained. "Equipment fails. People get hurt. Yesterday, 2 workers died when their suits stopped working. They reached the mining area. Huiyanwu saw the machines that dug into the asteroids. Were powerful and dangerous, but they also looked familiar, like he had seen them before. "Can I see the broken equipment?" he asked. "Most of it was destroyed, but we saved some pieces." Dongmin showed him twisted metal and burned circuits. Huiyanwu examined them carefully. These were not equipment failures. These were sabotage. Someone had deliberately broken the machines. "Who else knows about these accidents?" Huiyanwu asked. "Just the workers, and the mining company. They sent inspectors, but they found nothing wrong." Huiyanwu felt a chill. "What mining company?" "Kethron Industrial. They own this station." The name hit Huiyanwu like a punch. "Kethron the aliens. They were here. They own this place." "I need to see your computer systems," he said. Dongmin looked nervous. "Why?" "The computers are fine. I need to check the accident reports, compare them with equipment logs." "That is not necessary. I can give you copies of everything." But Huiyanwu was already walking toward the computer room. His buried memories were screaming warnings. This was another trap. Another test in the computer room. Huiyanwu found files about himself, again. But these were different. These showed his real progress, his real growth. He was Subject 7 Alpha. He had died 19 times. But now the report said something new. Memory retention, 85%. Consciousness stability, increasing. Recommendation, proceed to final phase. Final phase. Huiyanwu felt his heart beating faster. What was the final phase? He dug deeper into the files. What he found changed everything. He thought he knew. The humans running Project Eternal Phoenix were not free. They were prisoners. The Kethron had captured them and forced them to work on the project. Dr. Zheng Hyman was not evil. She was a slave. The aliens were using the project to study human consciousness. They wanted to learn how to completely suppress human thoughts, how to make the takeover permanent. But something had gone wrong. Huiyanwu's consciousness was too strong. Each death made him harder to control. The aliens were losing control of their own experiment. You should not be reading those files, Dongmin said behind him. Huiyanwu turned around. The station chief was holding a strange device. It hummed with energy. "You are not human," Huiyanwu said. "I am human, but I serve the collective, as all humans will soon." "What do you want with me?" "We want to understand how you resist. Remember, when we learn that, we can stop other humans from doing the same." Dongmin activated the device. But Huiyanwu was ready. His hidden memories included fighting techniques. He moved fast and grabbed the device. "You cannot win," Dongmin said. "We have already taken your world, your people, your future. Maybe, but I have something you do not understand." "What?" I have died 20 times. Each time I learned something new. Each time I became stronger. No, each time I remembered more about how to hurt you. Haiyan-Wu turned the device on, O Dongmin. The man screamed as energy coursed through his body. But as he died, something strange happened. His face changed. His human features melted away. Underneath was something else. Something alien. The real O Dongmin was gone. Had been gone for weeks. The creature wearing his face was a Kethran spy. Haiyan-Wu felt sick. How many humans were already gone? How many were being worn like masks by these creatures? He searched the station computer for more information. What he found was worse than he imagined. Kethran had not just invaded human space. They had one. Completely. Earth was gone. The colonies were gone. Even the underground base on Mars was just another prison. The few remaining humans were being kept alive only to serve the aliens. But there was something else. A file marked Quantum Consciousness Backup Protocol. Haiyan-Wu opened it and found something that gave him hope. Each time he died, his consciousness was not just moved to a new body, it was backed up in quantum space, a place the Kethran could not reach, a place where human thoughts could hide. With each death, he was building a library of memories in quantum space. Skills, knowledge, and most importantly, locations of Kethran facilities. The aliens thought they were studying him. He was studying them too, learning their weaknesses, their fears. Their plans, Haiyan-Wu began downloading everything from the station computer: ship schedules, supply routes, communications codes. All of it went into his quantum backup. Alarms started ringing. More Kethran agents were coming, but Haiyan-Wu was not afraid. He had learned something important. Death was not the end. It was just another beginning. The agents burst through the door. They were wearing human faces, but Haiyan-Wu could see through the disguise now. He could see the alien thoughts behind human eyes. Subject 7 Alpha, you will return to containment, one of them said. My name is Li Haiyan-Wu, and I am not your subject anymore. The fight was short but vicious. Haiyan-Wu had 20 deaths worth of combat training, but there were too many of them. They overwhelmed him with numbers as they held him down. One of them produced a neural disruptor. The same type of device that had killed him so many times before. This will be your last death, the agent said. We are going to reset you completely, back to the beginning. No more memories, no more resistance. But Haiyan-Wu was smiling. You can try, but you do not understand what you created. What do you mean? I am not just human anymore. I am something new, something that can survive anything. And I remember everything. The neural disruptor activated. Pain shot through his brain, but even as he died, Haiyan-Wu was hiding his memories, deeper than before. In quantum space, where the aliens could never reach, death number 21 was complete. But this time, something was different. As his consciousness faded, Haiyan-Wu felt himself connecting to the quantum backup. He saw all his previous deaths, all his accumulated knowledge. He saw the truth about the war, about the invasion, about humanity's defeat. But he also saw something else, a way to fight back, a way to use the alien technology against them. The Kethran had made a mistake. They had given him access to their consciousness transfer system, and now he knew how to destroy it. When he woke up next time, it would not be as a test subject. It would be as a weapon that remembered everything, a weapon that could not be stopped. The aliens had created their own destruction. It was about to wake up angry. Haiyan-Wu woke up in a body that was not his own. His skin was gray and cold. His hands had too many fingers. When he looked in the mirror, alien eyes stared back at him. He was inside a Kethran body, on a massive ship orbiting Earth around him. Other Kethran moved with fluid grace. Their thoughts buzzed in his head like angry insects. They believed they had one. They thought they had finally broken the stubborn human consciousness. But they were wrong. Haiyan-Wu could feel his 23 deaths like layers of armor around his mind. Each death had taught him something new. Each revival had made him stronger. Now he existed in quantum space as much as in the physical world. The Kethran, who had transferred his consciousness, spoke to him through their mental link. Welcome to your new existence, human. You will serve the collective now. Your resistance is over. But Hyenwu was already moving. His consciousness spread through the ship's systems like a virus. 23 deaths had taught him how to hide his thoughts, how to move without being seen. I understand now, he said aloud. You made me into exactly what you feared most. The Kethron around him stopped moving. They sensed something wrong, but could not identify it. What are you doing? One of them asked. Why? I'm remembering, Hyenwu said. All of it. Every death. Every betrayal. Every moment of pain you caused me. He accessed the ship's consciousness transfer network. It's the same technology that had killed him 23 times. But now he understood how it worked, how to turn it against its creators. The first Kethron died when Hyenwu reversed the transfer process. Instead of taking over the alien's mind, he freed the human consciousness trapped inside. A young woman named Li Suben materialized in the corridor. She looked confused but alive. What happened to me? She asked. You were stolen, Hyenwu said. But now you are free. Or Kethron came running. But Hyenwu was already moving through the ship's systems. He found the main consciousness storage unit. Millions of human minds trapped in digital prison. With each Kethron he killed, another human was freed. The process was spreading through the ship like wildfire. Dead humans were coming back to life. Stolen bodies were being returned to their rightful owners. The ship's commander, a massive Kethron called the Overseer, appeared in the storage room. Its mind was ancient and filled with the memories of 1,000 conquered species. You cannot destroy us, it said. We are eternal. We have survived for millions of years. Maybe, Hyenwu said. But you made one mistake. You gave me access to your greatest weakness. What weakness? Your consciousness transfer system. It works both ways. You can take over minds, but you can also lose them. Hyenwu reached into quantum space and pulled out every skill, every memory, every piece of knowledge from his 23 deaths. He became a living weapon forged from pain and loss. The battle was not physical. It was a war of consciousness. Two minds fighting in digital space. The Overseer had millions of years of experience. But Hyenwu had something more powerful. He had learned to die and returned stronger. Every time the Overseer thought it had one, Hyenwu came back. His consciousness was spread across quantum space. Destroying one copy only activated another. This is impossible, the Overseer said. No consciousness can survive this much damage. Normal consciousness cannot, Hyenwu agreed. But I am not normal. I am what you created when you killed me over and over. I am vengeance perfected. The Overseer's mental defenses crumbled. Hyenwu pushed deeper into the alien's mind, found the central control codes for the entire Kethron fleet, ships throughout the galaxy, millions of stolen human minds. With one thought, he activated the reversal process across the entire network. The effect was immediate. Throughout the galaxy, Kethron ships lost power as their stolen crews remembered who they really were. Human minds took back their bodies. Invasion force collapsed from within. But the Overseer had one last trick. It tried to destroy the ship's reactor. If it could not win, it would take Earth with it. You cannot stop the explosion, it said. Even if you kill me, the reactor will destroy your world. You are right, Hyenwu said. I cannot stop it. But I do not need to. He reached into quantum space and pulled out something the Overseer had not expected. The consciousness of his real friends, Sojin and Taeho. They had been stored in the quantum backup all along, waiting for him to become strong enough to free them. Hyenwu, Sojin said. He found us. I never stopped looking, he replied. Together. The three friends worked to contain the reactor explosion. Sojin's engineering knowledge, Taeho's tactical skills, and Hyenwu's hard-won understanding of alien technology. They redirected the explosion away from Earth. The Kethron mothership died in a burst of light. But Earth was safe. Hyenwu found himself back in his original body. Standing on the surface of Earth, the sky was blue again. The Kethron ships were gone. Humanity was free. Sojin and Taeho stood beside him. They were real now. It's not memories or ghosts, but living people restored from quantum backup. Is it over? Taeho asked. The war is over, Hyun-woo said, but the memories remain. He could still feel all 23 deaths, every moment of pain, every betrayal, every loss. They were part of him now. They had made him into something more than human. What happens now? Sojin asked. Hyun-woo looked up at the stars. Somewhere out there, other species might be facing their own invasions. Other people might need help from someone who understood what it meant to die and return stronger. Now we rebuild, he said. But we also remember. We remember what we lost, what we fought for, and we make sure it never happens again. The three friends walked toward the city. Around them, other humans were emerging from buildings, families reunited, children finding their parents, the world coming back to life. But Hyun-woo knew the truth. He was no longer fully human. 23 deaths had changed him into something new. Something that existed in both physical and quantum space. Something that could protect humanity from threats that existed beyond life and death. He had become what the universe needed. A guardian who could not be killed. A weapon that could not be stopped. A memory that would never fade. The Kethrin had tried to break him. Instead, they had forged him into their own destruction. And if other enemies came, they would face the same fate. Because Lee Hyun-woo remembered everything. And he would never stop fighting for the people he loved. The war was over. But the Guardian would remain, watching, waiting, ready to die and return, as many times as necessary to protect humanity. 23 deaths had taught him the most important lesson of all. Sometimes the only way to truly live is to learn how to die well, and Hyun-woo had learned that lesson perfectly.